Alright, fellas, now some news came out early today, and I can't really believe I'm saying this, but Mike Tyson is set to face Floyd Mayweather in early 2026. Now this is the current state of the sport. We have a 59-year-old Mike Tyson facing a 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather. Now, this fight will be an exhibition, but still, you're left questioning, why is this even happening? But still, you're left questioning, why is this even happening? But unfortunately, in this sport, money makes sense, and taking two of the biggest stars the sport has ever seen, which already have beef with each other, and putting them against each other, is a recipe for making money, love it or hate it. So I want to break down everything we've heard so far about this upcoming fight, the promotion, the beef between the two, and most importantly, answer the question, are we heading towards disaster? But just quickly, if you don't know me, my name's Close, and I make boxer videos to help keep you informed. So make sure to subscribe and I'll always keep you in the loop. So this is where we're at. Mayweather and Tyson have signed their ends of the deal to make this fight official. Now, this shouldn't be happening, but it is. The first thought I had when I heard this news is, who is facilitating all of this? Is it Jake Paul with MVP? Is it Turkey? Is it another promotion? Well, it's being put on by a promotion called CSI Sports. Have you ever heard of them before? Because before this, I certainly hadn't. Looking into them, it seems to be CSI Sports' first venture into holding an event. What they seem to be, though, is less so a fight promotion and more so rights holders. They hold the global rights to HBO World Championship Boxing and a number of old other Comcast events. Basically, their business is they lease out the rights for footage to old fights at different networks or entities. So it is a bit weird to say them involved in a fight, which I would have to assume the cost would be closer 9 figures to stage. It's just honestly puzzling. And since then, there's been bubbling back and forth with comments about different things. If that's Floyd's legacy, the state of championship belts, they just don't seem to agree on much. Yet, the one thing they could agree on was that the money on the table for this fight was enough for both of them to step back in the ring again. And with the recent tank pull announcement going down with little serious backlash, it opened the doors for a fight like this to also be announced. Yet, the promoters will be banking on this feud rearing its head once again. They won't want the two being friendly, hugging, and respecting each other. They will want the two to really go at it on the press tour. Like, what sold a lot of people into watching Tyson Paul was the slap and a lot of the talk. If all of that drama wasn't there, it simply wouldn't have done as commercially good as it could have. But at the same time, bringing that drama into it is where it kind of does get dangerous. Boxing-wise, morally, this fight is a minefield. This is meant to be an exhibition, but if things do get personal in the build-up and you have both emotionally charged up with egos on the line, who knows what could truly happen in the ring? And I'm not slating Tyson here, but his performance against Jake showed that he probably won't be able to do much against Mayweather. Whilst Mayweather, he's still slick, and he's fit enough to embarrass Tyson if he wants to. And do I think Mayweather will have the decency if things get personal to say, do what Jake did and match Tyson's level and pace? I don't know. Especially if things get personal, it could get really nasty. And that's one thing you have to give Jake here is when he stepped in the ring and realized Tyson didn't have it anymore, he didn't truly try to embarrass him. But will Mayweather? I guess only time will tell. And that's only one of the many issues with this fight. If you want to break it down further, the weight classes are, of course, comedically far apart. Tyson has also been through many health issues, which you know isn't great when going into a fight. And what commission is even going to sanction this for an exhibition? None of it to me really makes sense. But even though it doesn't make boxing sense, it does make money sense. But another thing that's also worth considering is, will this fight even happen? Because usually, when there's a fight announced like this by a promotion that no one has ever heard of before, there's always a chance it doesn't actually happen. They could honestly just be gouging public interest while still trying to secure funding behind the scenes. For the moment, though, we can only assume that this is going to happen and funding is secured. One thing that does make me think that it is going to happen is that CSI Sports, according to their press release, has apparently hired a whole bunch of high-level experts in the media game to help themselves launch into holding events like this. And fights that don't make much sense prior have come true. Logan versus Mayweather didn't make much sense, was promoted by a company not many people have heard of before, ended up partnering with Showtime Sports, and it happened. So unless you hear otherwise, it's probably going to come through. For me personally, do I want to see this fight happen? H, probably not. I don't know. These two are legends, and really I don't need to see either step in the ring ever again. But what I do understand is, in this sport, money is what makes it turn, and that's what it is here. Boxing-wise, from whatever way you look at it, it doesn't make sense. Money-wise, it absolutely does. And although I could take the moral ground of, oh, I won't be watching, I can't because I will be watching, and probably almost all of you at home will be also. It's two of the biggest names the sport has ever seen. And although this fight does have the potential to be an absolute train crash, which we'll talk about close to the fight, we'll probably all still be watching. But now, I want to hear what you think. What do you think about this announcement? Good or bad for the sport? What will happen? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments down below. I love reading every single one of them. If you enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really does a ton to help the channel. Yeah. Thanks for watching, fellas, and I'll catch you in the next